And I do plan on doing it. It's scheduled for the best and worst romances, and I do have it planned because I'm talking about Sayaka's romance with Kyosuke. Basically, that's what I'm focusing on, not the anime itself. But I do plan on reviewing Madoka one day.
Yeah, like you could do like a top 5 depressing, top 10 depressing moments in Madoka.
Well, no, I think I'm just gonna.
12.
I think I'm gonna do a generalized review of it, just because like I want to talk about some good things and not just the negative, because I don't want to scare viewers away from a show that I found was probably the best show I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah.
But what exactly, besides the deep darkness, really bothered you about it, Vamp, or was it just that in general?
Well, the plot holes and the lack of fight scenes between the main characters. It's called Madoka Magica, right?
Yeah.
Madoka Magica, whatever the fuck you call it. Well, here's the thing. If it's called if Madoka's in the title, why the fuck doesn't she use any magical girl powers?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean, she should be the main character. Her and Psycho saving the day.
Mm-hmm.
This was just not what I expected.
Yeah.
Well, basically, there was this thing where she used to be a magical girl, but then the emo chick.
She's not emo. She's just emotionless.
Same damn thing, but all right.
I was go on.
Something about something about Madoka's character. The thing about Madoka I really didn't like was the ending, just because I personally don't find Madoka herself very special. I don't understand why she is so important. If anything, the show should be based off Homura and her rescuing Madoka, because it really doesn't show Homura and Madoka's friendship. I mean, yes, there's that one episode, but it really doesn't show before that. It just kind of skips ahead, saying, "Oh, look what happens," all these other timelines. But really, it doesn't show how they became best friends, really. It just kind of skips around. And honestly, I think that, like, Kyubey should have found someone else, just because, like, Madoka is so stupid. Or maybe he's the real bad guy in the end. I mean, honestly, as much as I do hate Kyubey, I don't find him as the bad guy.
I see him as the bad guy, but alright.
I see him as a complete douchewad.
I see him as the bad guy nonetheless. And I pretty much made this blog of mine called The Crypt, where all the D-bags of movies, shows, games, entertainment, etc. pretty much go.
Yeah. So, Kyubey, basically girls are very naive, especially as teenagers. Like, for example, love. Love doesn't last very long. People dump us, they cheat on us, you know. Kyubey is basically that boyfriend, except we don't have a relationship with him, but, like, basically he promises something, but never actually gives it to us. So we are making huge sacrifices that we shouldn't be making. So I found out the philosophy of Madoka. If we didn't wish for something that big, maybe we wouldn't have such a tragic life in the end. So when I really thought about this, if I did become a magical girl, what would I wish for to fight for? So I wouldn't wish for something, like, huge. So I wanted to wish for, like, something basic, but not too simple that, like, I can get at the store, you know?
1,000 wishes.
Well, no, not that either, because then I'd be dying so easily. The thing is, I would wish to actually get a reviewing career, because that's something I love doing, something I'm willing to fight for, and it's not something so tremendous that, like, it won't really hurt me if I, like, do something like wish for a resurrection of my dead grandma or something like that, you know?
Well, mine would be similar to you, actually, but at the same time, wishing to also have some good resources as well, because I don't have the best of editing technology that does the video overlays. If I did have something like that, I would be kicking ass right now. But I can still do a good job, if you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Cody, what was something you would wish for if you had a soul gem?
Oh my goodness. Never to grow old or die would be one of them. That would be so cool to live like you're 1,000. Or, I mean, you can wish for anything right now. Like
that's one of those wishes. I'm not gonna try to offend you or anything, but like, those were one of those really extreme wishes that you could get hurt in the end. Basically, because how I see it is, if you did never grow old, you're basically seeing all your friends grow old and die in the end. So would you really want that, is the question.
Thus reinforcing the axiom that is pretty much the lesson of this series.
Exactly.
Oh,
Be
man.
careful what you wish for.
So, Bernie, what is something you would wish for?
You wish upon a star,
Evil will follow.
But no, I actually do plan on making this really short fan fiction based off if little Nikki crossed over with Madoka and basically saying Cube is Nikki's pet before Beefy.
Gosh,
Makes so much sense.
Beefy got run over one time, which doesn't make any sense because he can go back to hell anytime after he got run over, but he died. And now we got this new pet. It's like a little cat thing, but instead of a cat, it has like this fluffy ears with rings around it, and he has one emotion, and it's freaking creepy. I'm not serious. Oh, Nikki, won't you just shut up for a second? Adrian, I'm trying to tell this story. I'm on Skype right now. I do not care. You don't get wives. Podcast. Adrian, shut up.
You gotta give it to your man, that's wrong.
That's awesome.
So, Bernie, what was something you would wish for?
Oh boy, what would I wish for? Besides the obvious sports thing?
Yeah.
Damn. Something along, well, your lines, except probably a career with MLB Network.
Yeah. Because, like, I noticed it with all the magical girls' wishes, for example. It's not stated exactly what is Mammy's actual wish when she became a magical girl, but fans speculate she was in a car crash and she wanted to keep living. She didn't want to die alone. So, that being said, when she met Madoka, she obviously died. Sayaka's wish was to heal Kyosuke's arms. That being said, whenever Kyosuke got hurt, she was the vulnerable one. She couldn't love him. She ended up dead at the end. Kyoko, she wished for
And Kyoko's wish was
to help her father preach. He ended up committing suicide, and she became a delinquent. Homura wished to resurrect Madoka, but Madoka's so stupid that she keeps repeating time. Madoka only had the decent wish at the end, but that really is concerning because, like, I don't find Madoka should be the godlike character. I honestly think it should have been someone else.
I agree, but at the same time, they should have developed her character more in general, like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really hate Madoka because she at least had good intentions at the end. So as a result of that, I can't really put her in my crypt because that at the end was very, very likable.
Because if I were the writer of this show, I'd probably make an extra character. Just maybe Hitomi should have been a magical girl as well. Hitomi was the girl who stole Sayaka's boyfriend at the end. And honestly, I think that she should have been the god character because she should have been watching what everyone was doing. She's like, oh, they're magical girls. And then, like, as Madoka's dying, I think Hitomi should have saved everybody. Or someone else, or just, like, a random sixth ranger, you know?
That would be awesome, and them working together like Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would work better.
That would be awesome.
Because Hitomi just seemed like a random bitch just to, like, add drama to the whole show. And it's like, was that really needed?
Not really a bitch, but someone who was in love with her, and she was actually, in a sense, saying, if Sayaka, if you love, that boy, what was his name again?
Kyosuke.
Yeah, Kyosuke. If you love Kyosuke, then why don't you just go fast to him right now? I'm not sure. Okay, well, let me know your decision on whether you're going to do it or not by the end of class or something like that. And I gotta go. See you later. Like, okay, I can see the bitchiness, but at the same time, she was at least trying to force her feelings out.
Yeah, and I understand that.
I would have done the same damn thing. I'm like, okay, you love this boy, all right. Why don't you fucking tell him?
Well, the thing is, if he found out, he could have ended up like Kyoko's dad. But, Yeah, in the same way I do. It's just a lack of character development. That's how I feel. But either way, I still like Hitomi for who she is, and I think she could have done a little better as a character. So let's talk about our favorite characters. Mine has to be Mammy, just because I think she's a great role model for like anyone in general, whether they are in reality magical girls, which hopefully they don't exist. But like I think her intentions were good. I don't think she knew what was going on, and her powers were badass. You know, I wish I had that power, the ribbons and the guns coming out of your skirt. You know, that was awesome. So.